moved on stretchers. And again, as one survivor said, the floor just buckled up under him, and the roof caved in on him.
All right, Mick, thank you very much. We want to move a couple of miles away from you right now to the White House, where Bob Kerr is standing by. And, Bob, we understand that building has now been evacuated.
Let me just read, while we're listening to Jim Miklaszewski, another eyewitness, Paul Begala, Democratic consultant, was near the Pentagon, and he said this, is to quote, it was a huge fireball, a huge orange fireball at the Pentagon. Another witness told him a helicopter had exploded, but the best information we're getting is from an Associated reporter who said, quote, I saw the tail of a large airliner. It plowed right into the Pentagon. There is billowing black smoke. And, of course, there you see it on the television screen. Meantime, the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center continue to burn at this hour. Ambulances dispatched to the scene, firefighters, people are being treated in nearby hospitals. Let's look again at the videotape. As we were watching the first tower burn, here is the second plane, and there is the explosion into the second tower of the World Trade Center. A horrible scene of devastation and fire. Eyewitnesses on the ground, and it was rush hour, describing pandemonium, panic, people unwilling to go out into the streets because so much debris and fire showering down on the streets below.
Governor Mario Cuomo, do you remain on the phone with us? We no longer have Governor Mario Cuomo on the phone, but we do have Ashley Banfield, of course, here at MSNBC and anchor here. Ashley, are you still in Manhattan?
I'm in Manhattan, Chris, and I'm just walking southward towards the World Trade Center. It's just an incredible sight. The streets of Manhattan are chock full of people who are stopped exactly where they were in the middle of their commute, standing, gaping, and looking at this sight. It is unbelievable. Emergency vehicles all throughout Manhattan, not only Midtown, but down near Chelsea now, where I am, have been streaming by us at every couple of seconds and intervals. Ambulances are heading by me now. A lot of the vehicles are also unmarked, looking like FBI vehicles heading towards the World Trade Center as well. Not only that, but we stopped by one of the hospitals, St. Vincent, which has been cordoned off. I can only guess possibly waiting for victims to be brought northward up 7th Avenue. The traffic has also all been stopped heading south down 7th Avenue. I haven't had a chance to see any of the other north-south thoroughfares, but I'm assuming that they are also tracked. We were down in the subway trying to at least take the subway to get downtown to the Wall Street area and World Trade Center area, and the subway announcer came over the loudspeaker saying, due to a police investigation, subway traffic will be stopped between a certain area, so most of the people in the subway weren't able to get downtown either. It's really quite bizarre. Passing through Times Square, hundreds of people are gathered, staring up at the television screens in Times Square and listening to what's going on and listening to the coverage, watching the pictures. A woman walked by me just a few
Ashley,
seconds
can
ago
you hold
crying.
on 1 second? We'll let you catch your breath. We want to go to Walter Perez of WNBC.
First, Marna Ringel. And Marna, you work across the street. Tell me exactly what you saw on the street, and as you looked up, what you saw, because you said you saw the second one. Am I correct?
No, I didn't see the second one. I actually was coming out of the building, and there was maybe about 30 or 40 people at the bottom of One World Financial covered in blood. I did not expect that at all, and I work for Lehman in One right here, and a gentleman that I work with was on the telephone. He said, what was that? I said, he thought it was thunder. I looked over, screamed, it's a bomb, because I saw a piece of the building flow down, and I think I scared my entire floor because I can scream pretty loud, and it was pretty bad.
Now, you mentioned that you saw people on the road outside of the building. Explain that scene.
I saw there's maybe about 30 or 40 people. There's actually, oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
We're not sure exactly what happened, but it was another explosion on the far side of one of the buildings from where we're standing. The reverberation, and another explosion on the right-hand side. Another building has gone up on the right-hand side of the road. People are now running down the street. We're not sure if that was another explosion or if that was advanced debris. Joining me also is Jim Plant. Jim, you're also a witness of what happened. Tell me exactly what you saw from your vantage point across the street.
I was just across Liberty and West here, and I saw the second plane hit the Tower 2. It looked like a 737. It hit a glancing blow, didn't hit a direct. I don't know where the rest of the plane went, but it went in, fireball came out, and it hit lower than the first plane, which hit the upper floors.
Jim, thank you very much. At this point, as you can tell,
it does appear that there has been a
pandemonium
third explosion in the area of the World Trade Center. There was first one plane that hit one of the Twin Towers, a second plane, each about 1 hour ago, and now a third explosion. Ashley Banfield is in Manhattan. Ashley, did you see or hear anything just moments ago?
Oh my God, Chris, this is incredible. I'm looking right at it.
What are you seeing, Ashley?
Well, I saw the explosion for one.
Could you feel it?
Everybody, I can smell it. Everyone around screamed at the time that it happened. It's just unbelievable. I can't see that it's another building. It looks almost in the same position as the second bomb or the second explosion. But it's unbelievable.
What's the scene around you?
What the people on the scene don't seem to realize is that one of the Twin Towers has collapsed. One of the two towers is gone. The people on the scene are so engulfed in the smoke, it's understandable, and they're not looking at the larger scene that we are, but one of the World Trade Center towers, unless
no, that's being confirmed on the wires right now.
The south building has completely collapsed. Now, we heard from them just moments before that another jetliner, a 737, crashed into the building way down low, and that was apparently enough to take the World Trade Center South Tower out completely. The building is gone. The scope of this attack is mind-boggling. You are looking at Lower Manhattan. The entire Lower Manhattan is covered with smoke and debris. You're looking at an area of square miles that is completely obscured.
The exchange will not open today.
No, they cannot do it now. They cannot do anything now. And another very worrisome thing is that we don't know that this is over.
That's correct.
And this latest plane came almost an hour after the first. I'm sorry, David, go ahead.
It's considering the damage that could be done by one of the World Trade Center buildings collapsing in that area. Just to go over, that area is obviously very crowded. The World Financial Center is right next door. That is where John Bussey has been speaking to us from. The offices of Dow Jones, Merrill Lynch headquarters down there as well. You could just imagine the damage that would be done by one of those towers falling. It's hard to imagine just how much.
The collateral damage is incredible.
And that is the center, to a certain extent, of the financial world, of course, in many of the buildings surrounding the World Trade Center.
This is a catastrophe of enormous proportions, David, not only in terms of what is happening to the people on the ground, but I think it is safe to assume at this point that all of the airplanes used in this attack had innocent passengers on board.
And we're talking about a 767, which, for example, can hold a maximum of 300 people. And we are now talking about 4 separate attacks.
We're talking about
attacks. 1 at the Pentagon, 3 now at the World Trade Center, the last of which has leveled the South Tower, Mark?
The South Tower has disappeared. It collapsed, apparently when a third airplane hit very close to the base. This is certainly, it's almost certainly a terrorist attack, and if it is ultimately confirmed to be a terrorist attack, this is the worst terrorist attack in history, anywhere.
Mark, it's hard to imagine the damage that could have been done to that part of Manhattan, and it's got to be beyond the control, certainly, of the emergency services and everyone else in the city of New York's ability to well.
I don't know anyone who could handle this, David.
No. We must be looking at Washington right now.
Now we are looking at the Pentagon. Yeah, that's the Pentagon. I recognize the facade of the building. That was the subject of only 1 plane so far, but again, in New York, the third attack came about 45 minutes after the first, so there is no way to know at this point what the final extent of this is going to be, but you are looking at lower Manhattan, and it is completely obscure.